The modern mind has reduced lovemaking to a mechanical act, a biological function to be completed as quickly as possible. This is one of the greatest tragedies of contemporary existence. We have forgotten that the meeting of two bodies, two souls, two energies is not merely a physical act but a sacred union, a meditation, a doorway to the divine. And in this forgetting, we have lost the understanding of foreplay and afterplay, not as techniques or preliminaries, but as essential dimensions of the whole experience of love. When two lovers come together, they are not simply two bodies colliding in the darkness. They are two universes meeting, two mysteries encountering each other, two temples opening their doors. The sacred union is not something that begins when bodies touch and ends when the physical act concludes. It is a continuum, a river that flows from the first glance, the first touch, through the merging of energies, and continues long after the bodies have separated. Foreplay and afterplay are not separate from lovemaking, they are lovemaking itself. Foreplay is the art of awakening. It is the gentle stirring of energies that have been dormant, the slow kindling of the fire that exists between two beings. In our hurried world, we want everything instantly. We want instant coffee, instant food, instant gratification. And so we have created instant sex, where bodies meet without souls touching, where the act is completed without any real meeting having taken place. This is violence, not love. This is using another person as a means to release tension, not celebrating the other as an end in themselves. True foreplay begins long before the bedroom. It begins in the way you look at your beloved, in the quality of your presence when you are together, in the small gestures of tenderness and attention throughout the day. It is in the listening, the caring, the creating of a space where both can relax and be vulnerable. When you rush into lovemaking without this preparation, you are trying to force open a flower that has not yet bloomed. You may succeed in the physical act, but you will miss the fragrance, the beauty, the sacred dimension. The body has its own wisdom, its own timing. When you slow down, when you allow time for touching, caressing, exploring, you are not just preparing the body. You are creating a bridge between two souls. Every touch becomes a prayer, every kiss becomes a meditation. The skin is not just skin, it is the outermost layer of the soul. When you touch with awareness, with presence, with love, you are touching the very being of the other person. This cannot be rushed. A flower takes its time to open. So too must lovers take time to open to each other. In foreplay, you are learning the language of your beloved's body, discovering what brings pleasure, what creates resonance, what opens the doors to deeper intimacy. But more than this, you are synchronizing your energies. Two people come together from different worlds, different moods, different energy states. Foreplay is the harmonizing of these energies, the tuning of two instruments so they can play together in symphony rather than discord. And then comes the sacred union itself, the merging, the dissolution of boundaries. But even here, the modern mind has created problems. We have made orgasm the goal, the target to be achieved. And whenever there is a goal, there is tension. Whenever there is achievement, there is anxiety. The beauty of sacred union is not in reaching somewhere but in being here, now, totally present to what is happening. When orgasm becomes a goal, lovemaking becomes work. When there is no goal, when you are simply celebrating the energy, the aliveness, the meeting, then something far more profound than orgasm becomes possible. A deep relaxation, a melting, a disappearance of the ego. But our discussion is not complete without understanding afterplay, which is perhaps even more neglected than foreplay in the modern world. After the peak of sexual energy, after the release or the deep relaxation, there is a tendency to simply turn over and go to sleep, or to immediately return to mundane concerns. This is a great loss, a missed opportunity for something precious. After the sacred union, both partners are in a very vulnerable, open state. The armor of the ego has dissolved, the defenses are down, the heart is exposed. This is a moment of great tenderness, great intimacy. To simply abandon your partner in this moment, to withdraw your presence, is a kind of betrayal. It leaves the other feeling used, feeling alone in their vulnerability. Afterplay is the art of integration. It is allowing the energies that have been stirred to settle gently, allowing the experience to be absorbed, allowing the connection to deepen even further. It is in the gentle holding, the soft caresses, the whispered words of love and appreciation. It is in simply lying together in silence, feeling the warmth of each other's bodies, listening to the rhythm of each other's breathing. In Afterplay, something alchemical happens. The sexual energy that has been raised begins to move upward, transforming into love, into meditation, into prayer. If you rush away from this moment, the energy simply dissipates, wasted. But if you remain present, relaxed, open, the energy becomes nourishment for your being, for your relationship, for your spiritual growth. The sacred union, when approached with the understanding of foreplay and afterplay, becomes a complete circle, a whole. It becomes not just a physical act but a spiritual practice, a way of knowing the divine through knowing another human being totally. It becomes a meditation where two become one, and in that oneness, discover something that transcends both. This is why foreplay and afterplay are not optional extras, not mere techniques to improve your sex life. They are essential dimensions of love, of intimacy, of the sacred meeting of two souls. When you understand this, lovemaking is transformed from a quick release of tension into a profound celebration of life itself.